Okay folks, this will be an interesting one. I don't know how it's going to look. It's going to be an interesting one in some ways. Okay, let's see what it is. It is some kind of paper. Looks like it's Japanese and looks like it features some Disney characters. We've got one on the back of it, but this is all in Japanese, so I wouldn't know, but we're interested in the front where most of the action is. So I'm going to make this into an interesting movement piece. I don't know if it's origami paper or something like that. I just think it's some kind of princess paper. I don't know. Maybe I could call it mystery paper, mystery princess paper. It looks like Disney related kind of stuff. Maybe we can just call it Japanese paper or Japanese princess paper. Anyway, that looks really quite nice actually. We could probably enlarge it a bit and stretch it down a bit because that looks quite nice. I'm really missing a loved one, folks, and I'm trying to get my stuff to go to air on television, so I'm really working hard at it, trying to get this stuff to kind of like go to air. It's really not as easy as it looks, and I've just recently got into a bit of financial hot water, so to speak. I had to, was a good thing I had some cash on me to get me through the week, and I ended up having to ring up the bank because my photocopier is on a bank loan. I couldn't afford to replace it with a new one just by buying it, so I had to have to pay it off. So it goes to show that I have to do this, and it's really difficult doing this on a tight budget that I do, and sometimes budgets don't always hold up. You end up crashing. It's like a stunt. A stunt person has to weigh up the pros and cons of what they're doing, and they have to make calculated risks instead of taking excessive amounts of risk. But they have to risk, and that's the risk I'm taking, is occasionally financially things just go pear-shaped from time to time. So I found myself having to, because I went broke, I did a transaction on last Sunday, and it was declined, which meant that I ran out of money. And once it was declined, the bank had nothing to draw from for my photocopier loan. So I got a message last night, Thursday. Fortunately, Thursday's my payday. And basically, I had to ring up the bank and get them to put it through. And it wasn't a nice feeling. They didn't seem terribly chuffed about it. It's a scary thing dealing with financial institutions, especially when you fuck it up. But that's the problem, and I need this stuff to go to air on free-to-air primetime news, on commercial TV. I have to get this shit out there, because I just don't know how long I can play this game for. It really is like a game. And I forgot to put the mirror image on. These two images are the same. I'm just going to put them aside. I forgot to switch on the mirror image. But basically, and this user interface is a pain. So yeah, I really fucked up. I eventually went broke. There's nothing worse than going broke. It's a horrible sinking feeling. But I know the news channels don't care about me and my work, or my partner Luigi, who I'm trying to get in touch with through TV. They don't care. They just care about the bullshit. The news that they present is cliche, full of cliches like death, disease, disaster, destruction, murders, shark attacks, house fires. You've heard me whinge this so many times. I'm just fucking over it. So over it, folks. I don't enjoy this ritual much because of the cost it's incurring financially and that. I just can't. I have to keep doing it. I like what I do, but it gets a bit wearing after a while. But that looks really quite nice. I think now we can call this demo quits.